Listening and speaking practice. Hello everyone. Today we are going to practice our listening and speaking skills to improve our pronunciation. As Sarah walked into the bustling supermarket, she was greeted by the familiar sights and sounds that she had come to associate with grocery shopping. She grabbed a shopping cart and began navigating through the aisles, her list in hand. As she made her way down the first aisle, she couldn't help but be drawn to the vibrant display of fresh fruits and vegetables. The apples gleamed with a bright red hue, the oranges emitted a refreshing citrus scent, and the carrots looked crisp and crunchy. Sarah carefully selected her favorite fruits and vegetables, making sure to pick the ripest ones. Next, she moved on to the dairy section, where she was met with rows of neatly stacked milk cartons, yogurts, and cheeses. She couldn't resist reaching for her favorite brand of yogurt with the mixed berries flavor, and also picked up a block of cheddar cheese for her upcoming family gathering. As she rounded the corner, Sarah found herself in the bakery section. The aroma of freshly baked bread wafted through the air, and she couldn't resist grabbing a loaf of crusty French bread to go with her homemade spaghetti sauce for dinner. She also picked up some soft chocolate chip cookies as a treat for herself. As she continued her shopping trip, Sarah encountered some unexpected moments of delight. She stumbled upon a tasting station where a friendly store employee was offering samples of a new type of cheese. Sarah eagerly tried a piece and was instantly hooked, adding it to her cart. She also bumped into a neighbor and exchanged friendly greetings, catching up on the latest neighborhood news. However, not everything went smoothly. Sarah found that her favorite brand of pasta was out of stock, and she had to choose an alternative. She also realized that she had forgotten to bring her reusable bags, and had to purchase some disposable ones. Despite these minor setbacks, Sarah carried on with her shopping, checking off items from her list one by one. As she made her way to the checkout line, Sarah reflected on her supermarket adventure. It was more than just a chore, it was a sensory experience filled with colors, smells, and tastes. She felt a sense of satisfaction as she placed her items on the conveyor belt, knowing that she had carefully chosen the best ingredients for her meals. As she paid for her groceries and bid farewell to the friendly cashier, Sarah left the supermarket with a full cart and a heart full of contentment, looking forward to the delicious meals she would create with her fresh finds. As Sarah walked towards the exit, she pushed her cart through the automatic sliding doors and into the busy parking lot. She loaded her groceries into her car, taking care to place the fragile fruits and vegetables on top to avoid any damage. She returned the cart to the designated cart corral, a small act of consideration for the store's employees and fellow shoppers. As she drove home, Sarah couldn't help but think about the meals she would prepare with her purchases. She envisioned a colorful stir-fry with the fresh vegetables, a creamy pasta dish with the new cheese she had discovered, and a scrumptious dessert with the chocolate chip cookies. Her mouth watered in anticipation. Arriving home, Sarah unloaded her groceries and neatly organized them in her kitchen. She took a moment to appreciate the bounty of food before her, feeling grateful for the abundance that the supermarket had provided. She couldn't wait to start cooking and share the meals with her loved ones. Over the next few days, Sarah whipped up delicious meals using the fresh ingredients she had carefully selected at the supermarket. The flavors burst in her mouth, and she relished the joy of cooking and savoring the results. She shared her culinary creations with her family and friends, who praised her cooking skills and savored every bite. Sarah also felt proud of herself for making environmentally conscious choices during her supermarket trip. She made sure to recycle the packaging, and she vowed to remember her reusable bags for future shopping trips. She also appreciated the opportunity to support local farmers and businesses by choosing locally sourced produce and products from the supermarket. As the week went by, Sarah found herself reminiscing about her supermarket adventure. It had been more than just a routine errand, it had been a sensory experience that had ignited her creativity and connected her with the joy of cooking and sharing meals. She realized that the supermarket was not just a place to buy groceries, but a place where memories were made and stories were created. With a satisfied smile, Sarah looked forward to her next trip to the supermarket, eager to embark on another culinary adventure and continue her love affair with the vibrant world of fresh produce, delicious baked goods, and friendly interactions. After all, the supermarket was not just a mundane chore, but a place that had become a part of her life story. One day, as Sarah was browsing through the aisles of the supermarket, she noticed a young child eagerly picking out fruits and vegetables with his mother. The child's eyes lit up with excitement as he reached for a bright orange mango and a plump purple eggplant. Sarah couldn't help but smile at the child's enthusiasm for healthy food. As she continued her shopping, Sarah overheard a conversation between two elderly shoppers who were struggling to reach a high shelf. Without hesitation, she offered her assistance, reaching the item they needed with ease. The grateful shoppers thanked her profusely, and Sarah felt a warm sense of community as she helped her fellow shoppers. As she made her way to the checkout line, Sarah struck up a conversation with the cashier, who greeted her with a friendly smile. They chatted about their favorite recipes and exchanged cooking tips. Sarah also noticed a donation box near the register for a local food bank and decided to contribute some of her groceries to help those in need. As she left the supermarket, Sarah felt a sense of fulfillment. It wasn't just about checking items off her shopping list, but about the connections she had made and the impact she had on others. She realized that the supermarket was not just a place to buy groceries, but a community hub where people from all walks of life came together to share their love for food. Back at home, Sarah cooked up a storm in her kitchen, using the fresh ingredients she had carefully selected from the supermarket. She tried out a new recipe she had learned from the cashier and invited her neighbors over for impromptu dinner gathering. The meal was a hit, and Sarah basked in the joy of good food, good company, and the memories that were created around the dinner table. As time went on, Sarah continued to frequent the supermarket, not just for groceries, but for the meaningful experiences it offered. She made new friends among the store employees and fellow shoppers, and she continued to contribute to the local food bank whenever she could. She also became more mindful of her food choices, opting for sustainable and locally sourced products whenever possible, inspired by the values she had learned from her supermarket adventures. In the end, Sarah realized that the supermarket was not just a place to buy groceries, but a place where she had found community, shared stories, and created cherished memories. It had become a special part of her life, and she was grateful for the joy and connections it brought into her world. And so, Sarah's love affair with the supermarket continued, as she eagerly looked forward to her next trip to embark on another delightful adventure in the aisles of fresh produce, flavorful spices, and friendly faces. As Sarah continued to frequent the supermarket, she noticed some positive changes taking place. The store had started offering more locally sourced and organic options, and they had implemented eco-friendly initiatives such as reducing plastic waste and promoting reusable bags. Sarah was thrilled to see the supermarket taking steps towards sustainability and felt even more aligned with her values while shopping there. One day, as she was checking out, the cashier handed her a coupon for a free reusable shopping bag as a token of appreciation for her loyalty as a customer. Sarah gladly accepted it and made a mental note to use it on her next shopping trip. She also noticed a flyer near the register about a cooking class being offered at the supermarket, and she signed up eagerly. She was excited to learn new cooking techniques and connect with other food enthusiasts. During the cooking class, Sarah met fellow foodies who shared her passion for fresh, wholesome ingredients. They learned how to prepare a delicious 3-course meal using ingredients sourced from the supermarket. Sarah was inspired by the chef's creativity and learned some valuable kitchen tips that she couldn't wait to try out at home. As she left the cooking class with a satisfied belly and a newfound knowledge of culinary techniques, Sarah realized that the supermarket had become more than just a place to buy groceries. It had become a hub for learning, community, and sustainable living. She was grateful for the opportunities it had provided her to connect with like-minded individuals and deepen her love for cooking and food. Over time, Sarah's cooking skills improved, and she started experimenting with new recipes and flavors. She continued to shop at the supermarket, supporting the local farmers and businesses, and making conscious choices for her health and the environment. She also became an advocate for sustainable living, sharing her knowledge and experiences with friends and family, and encouraging them to shop mindfully and reduce their environmental footprint. Sarah's supermarket adventures had a ripple effect beyond just her own life. Her enthusiasm for fresh, wholesome food and sustainable living inspired those around her, and she felt proud of the positive impact she was making. She continued to create cherished memories at the supermarket, from impromptu recipe exchanges with fellow shoppers to cooking classes that expanded her culinary horizons. As time went on, Sarah looked back at her journey with the supermarket with fondness. It had become more than just a place to buy groceries. It had become a source of inspiration, learning, and community. Sarah had found joy, purpose, and fulfillment in the aisles of the supermarket, and she knew that her story with the supermarket was far from over. She eagerly anticipated many more adventures to come, as she continued her love affair with the supermarket and all the meaningful experiences it brought into her life. Thank you for watching the video. I ask that you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released.